Why did I get a dirty look? Because everybody around me thought, oh, I'm going to come down with a cold. They weren't happy with sitting next to me. I got a dirty look. Have you ever heard of a slap on the wrist? A slap on the wrist means that you're not getting proper punishment for whatever deed you did, bad deed you did. You know what? He was rude to his mother in public, and he only got a slap on the wrist. His mother didn't do anything about it. Or the criminal only got 5 years in prison. It was just a slap on the wrist for what he did. A slap on the wrist is a disproportionate punishment for the deed that was done. It could be a little kid getting a slap on the wrist for being nasty to another, for pinching his sister, and the mother kind of ignores it because she's so busy. Or it can be something like a criminal or a politician who admits he was corrupt and his constituents re-elect him. They gave him a slap in the wrist. They didn't really take seriously his offenses. So when you get a slap on the wrist, it's a disproportionate punishment for the crime.
Teacher, what is the meaning of the word? Teacher, disproportionate. Like sentence. Disproportion. Like sentence. For example. For example.
The Italian Prime Minister Berlusconi, do we all know that man? Berlusconi, who's in the news because he's thinking of running again for Prime Minister of Italy. Do we know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
The fat little pudgy man. He's almost 80 years old. He's engaged to a 27-year-old woman, and he's thinking about running for office. He got a slap on the wrist for his bad behavior. Does that make sense? He was corrupt. He's being investigated for not paying his taxes. He was a playboy. He got caught with other women.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you now? Good. So he got a slap on the wrist. He really could have been thrown out of, he was thrown out of office, but now he's thinking about running again. So he got a slap on the wrist. Nobody took his bad behavior seriously. Do you get that? Kind of. That's an example.
To reduce punishment, because we trust the criminal.
The criminal justice system.
Criminal just to like a punishment, right?
Yeah.
Let them go out for a while.
Yes. What you're saying is we expect the criminal justice system to have the punishment fit the crime. If it's a big crime, it should be a big punishment. But sometimes the court will give a slap on the wrist. They'll somehow be nice to somebody when they don't deserve it. It's just a slap on the wrist. It's not that important.
Slap on the wrist is used for someone who found that whom the court just that they are guilty, right?
Yeah.
They have to.
They are. It doesn't necessarily mean the court. This could be a friend of yours. Let's say a friend of yours did something arrogant or did something stupid. Might be something stupid. She accidentally took another person's book, and she didn't return it, and the other person just forgave her. Said, that's all right. She got a slap on the wrist for that. She wasn't called on it.
It means that actually she should get more punishment.
Yes.
She get only a slap on the wrist.
That's exactly it. They deserve to get more punishment, but they only get a slap on the wrist. It's disproportionate. Nan, Nath is coming back from Shanghai, and her team won. A big honor. So she's going to briefly tell us about that. And what we're going to all do is think of something that happened to you in your life that was thrilling or happy. And we'll all share that today. Is that okay?
Something happening.
It could be when you're little, or it could be yesterday. Just because that's a happy time. So we'll have a discussion and we'll speak. We'll talk about our happy times. All right. She got a slap on the wrist after having a tantrum. What is that?
Can you make a sentence?
I have to make a sentence I'm thinking about. Scorned. When you scorn someone, you turn them down. Yes, you turn them down. You don't like them. You scorn them. You think they're bad. You're not nice like. Yesterday, my sister, you could say, was rude to me. Today, my mother was rude to me. I got a taste of my own medicine. I got a taste of my own medicine. You know what? I was rude to my sister. Today, my mother was rude to me. And I got a taste of my own medicine. I was rude. I got it back. Taste of my own medicine. Let's think of what we can think of. She got. That slap on the wrist. This is one. He got a slap on the wrist when he should have gotten a punch in the nose. He was flirting with another man's wife. And the other man just, that's all right, I knew it. He got a slap on the wrist because the other man was nice when he should have gotten a punch in the nose. This is an extreme example. But sometimes you're at a cocktail party and there's too much liquor involved and people flirt. And if a man would flirt with another man's wife, he's probably a little tipsy. The other man is understanding and forgives him and just takes his wife away. When the other man just slapped him on the wrist, he understood. It's a Christmas party, the man's had too much to drink, but really what the man wanted to do was deck him. He wanted to floor him, he wanted to knock him out, he wanted to punch him. But instead he was polite. The man got a slap on the wrist. He deserved something else, but he got a slap on the wrist. It's not that important. It's Christmas, he's had too much. In a way, that husband just brushed away the rudeness of that man who had had too much to drink. He brushed it away. It wasn't that important to him. His wife's honor wasn't at stake. He probably gave the guy a dirty look. Jerk. What a jerk. You drink too much, you come to a Christmas party, and then you make googly eyes at my wife. But he got a slap on the wrist. The man understood. And it's in this context that you would use these idioms. It's a very familiar conversation that you would have, that you'd ever use an idiom. It's with people who know English, and you're comfortable enough to know an idiom. You're comfortable enough to use a slap on the wrist, or just brush it away. Don't let it bother you. It's not important. You know, it's no big deal. You know what? Don't tell tales. And you can just say that.